Welcome to Winning Mondays, everybody. Yeah, my name is Mariah. I'm here with the KW Malaysia regional team. We're excited for our show today. Yeah, I want to welcome everybody on Zoom, everybody on Facebook Live. Hello, hello. Selamat Hari Raya to everyone who's celebrating. I hope you're all going for nice Raya parties this past weekend and still more to come up. But we need to eat more, guys. We need to eat more and talk more and celebrate more. Yeah, enjoy each other. So today's going to be a great session. We're going to be talking about database, which is a fun topic. I'm sure everybody's favorite topic to talk about. Yeah, but no, we're gonna have two guests today. It's gonna be fun. We are actually going to have fun. Okay, guys, don't think it's gonna be boring. It's not. It's gonna be very, very fun. Because database means money, guys. We're talking about money, which is, I know everybody loves talking about money. So we're talking about how your database can be a data bank. So it is your favorite topic. Everybody loves money, right? I know you guys. I know why you're here. You want to make more money, right? Yeah. So as we get started, before we get started, I'm gonna run a poll like I always do. I want to ask you guys about your database. Okay, so let's launch this poll. All right, we have two questions in the poll. First question is, where do you keep your database of contacts? Okay, do you keep your contacts in KW Command, which is our KW CRM app, right? Do you keep it in a spreadsheet, Excel, Google Sheets, whatever? Do you have some other CRM app, meaning something other than Command, some other app that you like to use? Do you just have all your database of contacts, all your contacts just in your phone only? Yeah, or maybe you have it here, there, and everywhere. You don't even know where's your contacts, where's your database. It's in like 10 different places, a little bit, some mostly in your phone, some on a spreadsheet. You also have a bunch in some CRM somewhere hiding that you forgot about. Maybe it's like that. It's not organized. Yeah. Second question, do you have a system to regularly communicate with everyone in your database? Right? So options are yes, no, or not really, but trying to build one. I know a lot of you often say like, yeah, I want to do that. I've been meaning to do that. I've been thinking about doing that for many, many months, but haven't taken the action just to make a system to communicate regularly with everyone in your database. So for those of you on Facebook, you're hearing this, if you could just think about it, and you can even type in on the chat, what's your answers? So where do you keep your database of contacts, right? Where do you keep them? Do you keep them in Command? Are they on your phone? Are they in a spreadsheet somewhere? Are they all messy everywhere? Maybe you don't know where they are. Don't know, I don't know. Yeah. And the second one, do you have a system to regularly communicate with everyone in your database? Yes, no, or working on it, trying to make a system, but not yet done. So I would love to have a few more people participate. We don't have a lot of people on Zoom here yet. I think more people are probably on Facebook. So please, let's participate. I want to see your answers because it will help us to know, right? If we know where you're at in your database, then our guests can give you more specific advice to advise you on how to take your next step, right? Depending on how your database is currently set up, it will help. So I could get one or two more people, it would be very much. Hey, thank you to whoever's been polling. Very nice, thank you. And remember, this is always not anonymous. Whatever you put in the poll is anonymous. So you don't have to be shy lah. Just put whatever. Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop this in like 5 seconds, and so we can see the results, and then we can get our guests out here to start chatting with us, which will be nice. We can start getting some information. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, ending the poll. All right, let's publish the results. Okay, so of those who answered on here, we have 11% said they are using KW Command. 44% are spreadsheet, the classic answer spreadsheet. Everything's there in the spreadsheet. 0% on this said they use a different app. 22% said in their phone. Another 22% said here, there, and everywhere. Okay, second question, do you have a system to regularly communicate with everyone? 13% said yes, 50% said no, and 38% said not really, but trying to build one. Okay, so that gives us some idea that most of you don't have a system to communicate regularly, but most of you actually want to have one. And yeah, most people have their spreadsheet in, sorry, have their contact and database in the spreadsheet. Good to know, good to know. Okay, on that note, let's bring in our guests. Let's bring our guests. We have two wonderful guests. We have Mr. Nicholas Yeap and Miss Winnie Chong, both very familiar faces here on Winning Mondays, I think.
Yes, good morning, Mariah. Good
Good
morning.
morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Winnie.
Mariah. Yeah.
Hey, you lost your
And
winds. Earlier she had a beautiful wind machine making her hair all windy. It was
get away.
No, it's good. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well today. Did you guys go for Hari Raya parties recently? Any parties?
Uh, I went somewhere else. I really have a good time spending time with friends outside KL and PJ lah. But
Oh,
thank God I came back for before the jam. I heard that they were
okay, you
stuck
were
in the jam
so you have a Hari Raya jam
not
and
20 minutes, 20 hours.
oh shoot.
Yeah, I saw my friends like
Then
was
it's
it in
please invite Winnie for a Hari Raya party, okay? So someone on the call. So, how about you, Nick? Did you have any celebration?
Celebration is not in the camps.
Right, yeah, you were at the camp. Okay, okay. Okay, someone invite Nick also. Yeah, I went for a party. I had a good time. Really nice food and all that. Okay, anyway, let's get to our topic on turning your database into a data bank. Very exciting. Oh no, wait. Before that, you guys got to introduce yourself because I think a lot of people, some people are new, and plus we put this out on the recording and they won't know who you are, lah. So Nick, can you introduce yourself and your background in real estate? Yep.
I joined Keller Williams about 2 years ago. When I first joined, my focus is on the technologies where I'm the chief technology officers. I look into all the tech developments, deployments, and also training. That is where my interests come into very much into the database because when I interview the agents on a day-to-day basis, we realize that most of the agents have their database mostly on the phone and they do not have a system that has been structured to do that. And I think since 2 years ago, we are very big in terms of database, creating a system, model, and trainings on how to help our agents to actually go deeper on that. And right now, I shifted my role to into the chief growth officers, where I look into the growth of the organizations, where even much more important to have the database ready for the organizations to grow, and also to help agents to see database at a very different perspective at the same time to help them to grow in their business. Yep.
Right, right. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you for sharing that. Cool. Yes, you're a very important person in our organization, Nick. Thank you for all you do. Okay, Winnie, how about you? Can you give yourself a little introduction?
Yeah, hi everyone. My background, I'm actually before I become a real estate, I was in retail industry for 20 years. So I quite know, I mean I quite well established in a way in the retail that I know a lot of people and I have a wider of CRM database from there. Then after that, I moved, I transited and I moved into retail. No, sorry, the real estate negotiator, and I joined Sin in just right in time before Keller Williams, which is in 2019.
Mm,
So at that time, uh, I think at that time I'm quite new. I'm a rookie, so it's a huge transition from a retail to retail to real estate. So then after when Keller Williams launched, and I find that it helps me a lot, especially when getting to know this Keller Williams technology platform,
mm,
and and uh uh and then after during that period of time, um uh, I was appointed become a market center tech trainer. So I've been as a market center tech trainer for 2 years and
mm.
come real estate negotiator as well, and 5 years as real estate negotiators. And it was very exciting and I've learned so much. I've learned so much, not just the tech, but also the people. Yeah.
Right. Yes. I think Winnie is very popular, right? Everybody wants her help. Winnie, help me, help me. Help me to fix my computer, help me to fix my app. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Okay, Winnie, I'll ask you first. How important do you think this topic is of database for agents?
Database is very important because as far as I know, the first thing first, if you don't have contact, you won't have business. And no contact, no business. So when I was beginning become a real estate, right, I was really don't know how to start up with my business before I think 3 months before Keller Williams. So at that time, uh I was just starting using my phone, and I would just do a WhatsApp blast like one by one to my SOI, my sphere of influence, my friends, my ex-colleague. Hey, I just started as a real estate. Then from there, I would just started to build to build my business. But everything is all manually lah, in a way, before Keller Williams started. So that's why and I find that database is very important because if you don't have a well organized database, it's really you don't know where you can start your business. And sometimes even though that those agents that have started, but they also like, like in the pool, the questions that where you keep your contacts, they
Yeah.
say your contact is everywhere, everywhere and there. So it's a bit messy as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then last night I was just like thinking, I looked through the past, right? I didn't know that because I worked in retail for many years, and I found this book, and
Oh,
you look at it.
wow, the classic 555 notebook.
Yeah, and actually I flip it every pages I wrote the name and handphone. So I might have a lot of my friends that long lost friends, and a lot of ex-colleague, and a lot of people that I can connect, and I can have a value with them. So yeah, now I have this technology platform. I'm going to start to key in like every day 10 contact, and then I'll just
Dude,
start to do my work.
dude, you
Yeah.
got the money in there, maybe. Wow, thank you. Thank you for sharing, yeah, your perspective on that. Nick, what do you have to add to this conversation about how important is database for agents?
Yeah, the way we did it the last time, that's I think that's the simplest and easiest way to actually keep our database. I think those were the time where there was like pre-WhatsApp, pre-anything systems that we actually have and also pre-CRM in Malaysia. Those were the time where people actually just use their contact books to write down where their database source is. I think no one can deny the importance of database. If you talk to any of the successful internet marketer, they will also tell you that the money is in the list. So the money is in the database itself. Whether we like it or not, we can continue to invest money for the advertisements and all. But at the end of the day, what we want is to generate leads. So when we generate the leads, it's important to know where the lead is being stored, and we ought to have a systematic way to relook at the leads over again and again, and how we can actually monetize from there. So it's important that we know how to actually gather all these leads and put into the right system and use it at the right time.
Wow, that's a good one. I like you mentioned about even we spend whatever amount of money advertising, at the end of the day, it still comes back to this database that we need to know where is the contact, where is the lead, and how
Yeah,
to.
if you keep spending money on advertisement and yet unable to capture the leads and put it in the right system, you are like having leakage in whatever things that you do, right? Because every time when the leads come in, it actually flow out and without you following in. So you ought to have a system that really store this tank of water that you actually bring it in, so that you can consume the water over again and again.
It's like you catch the fish, you just keep it for a while and then let it swim away. And you throw
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you keep spending and spending until the one day that you realize that, hey, what have I been doing for the past many years? Yeah.
Oh, very cool. So what would you say is your approach? I mean, you're kind of already sharing this, but I wanted to ask this question. What is your approach or your mindset to building, growing, and managing a database? Maybe Nick, you can continue on.
What's my approach in building? I think first of all, is the ability to put everything in one place. I think that would be the first step. Doesn't matter where do we want to store this, whether we want to store everything up at our phone, that would be a place. It's very important to gather where are all our database right now. Most of us have our database in the CRM, in the spreadsheets, in the master list that we have on the phone, or on the book that's and also the name card that's actually hanging around. So we have a lot of all these things. I think the first steps for me, if I have to reorganize all my database again, I have to look at all the lists, all the sources. One, I look at all the sources. The second step for me is that to prioritize one source, because we will be everywhere. So if let's say I want to prioritize my my phone as my source, or my WhatsApp as my source of filtering my database, that will be my second things. That will be the priority that I will go into. Then I will start sorting my database based on the last conversation that I actually have on my WhatsApp. So right after I've done that, then I will put every of my contacts, conversations all into a trusted place. So we all ought to choose which one is our trusted place. If KW Command, the CRM is your trusted place, this is where you put everything in and make sure that is your go-to place. But if spreadsheet is your go-to place, then make sure you have a really, really good spreadsheet. Nothing wrong with which platform do you use, but most important thing that it must be the most updated and the most trusted place that you want to put your database onto.
Nice. Appreciate that. So having everything, I heard you say, put it in one place. That's like one of the key things. Not here, there, and everywhere, right? So you have a safe place that's organized, that works for you.
Yeah,
So,
it's a place that you trust, that no matter what happens, that I can always go to this place and it's the most updated one that I can always.
updated like information on the contacts. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, yes. So if I'm using any CRM, let's say let's don't talk about commands today. Let's say, for example, if CRM is a place that I want to go to, you must be able to, when I go to my CRM, am I able to click less than 5 steps that I'm able to have the sorted database that I actually want. Say, for example, the last Hari Raya, how many of us are ready to send the Hari Raya greetings to our database with just 1 or 2 filtering or tagging? Then we know that these are all our Muslim friends, that we're able to send them Hari Raya greetings. So that would tell you that you actually have a database or not. If you're unable to do so, means that you actually do not have a database.
Okay, so if you're really required to like scroll through every single contact and think, this one or not, yes or no, and then you have to like one by one thinking every time, then that's not sort of, it's not the level of database you're talking about, right?
Yeah, you won't be able to turn that into DataBank, right? Otherwise, that you will only have a bunch of raw data with you.
It's like a potential, but not quite there yet. Okay, yeah, thanks for sharing all that. Winnie, do you have anything to add on like your approach of how to build, grow, and manage your database?
I think it's one thing is also we look at the long-term perspective, like what Nick says. Long-term perspective is means that because we have our own database, and this database is here and there, and without your realization, you might have 1,000 to 10,000 contacts. But what do you do for that? And it's actually a long-term perspective that you can continue to grow your business by reaching out to to the clients that you have already contact them, but you have not been contacting with them for many years. So at the same time, you can also provide values and build some relationship and networking and referral as well. So another part is also that building and growing and managing database is also the categorization and segmentation is also very important as well. So in the moment when you do the segmentations and categorizations, you will know your database, you will know them well, and you know what are the content and messages that you want to blast it, you want to share it out to them, you want to educate them, and a lot of things you can be done for this database. So there's a lot of mindset, and of course, definitely you must know out where you want to start with your business. But of course, the basic one, like sorting your database and to know well and to analyze your own database.
So clearly it's very important to do this, but it will obviously take effort and time. So if you don't realize the importance, you're never gonna do it because it's not something that's gonna happen accidentally. Yeah. Nick, did you have we're gonna be talking about how to turn this database into a data bank and all that. Did you have something to share? I think you have some slides to share with us.
Yeah, sure. I think it's like I prepared something that we would like to share with
Yeah.
everyone.
Great. Let's go through and talk to us, Nick. Show us.
Okay, so I think when we go back to the mindset, I think it's so important to know that there's so much power in our database. Unless and until at the time that we realize that how powerful is this database, we won't take a serious actions into that. I think one of the things that we always share with our agents is like your sphere of influence, the income opportunity. If you probably have a lot of context, and these are the formula that we actually teach our agents on a day-to-day basis, like how many contacts do you actually on your phone. So if you have a phone with you, you can actually go to your phone books and scroll all the way down and see that how many database contacts do you actually have. And this is the formula that we have. That's the next thing is like you can actually times the potential closing opportunity from your contacts. So like this is where you A times 0.87. How do we get 0.87? This is based on two key factors. Factor number one, that we know every 8 years, someone will move. Either they're going to rent a different place, either they're going to buy a different place, or either they're going to go into the investments. Every 8 years, potentially someone is going to buy another property. So which means every 8 years that's in your database, there'll be someone who's going to buy something. So you got to eye on that very carefully. And the second factor is like the percentage of home ownership in Malaysia. So in Malaysia, if I can show you the next slide, in Malaysia, the overview of Malaysia's properties, the market, the home ownership, according to Khazanah Research Institute, is 72.5%. And we also have data from Property Guru where in average from 2009 to 2015, the average Malaysian home price have rose as much as 74%. And the Malaysia home ownership rate is approximately about 70%. So if we take if we take the 70% out of the every 8 years that we actually go, so we actually end up 0.087 in terms of the calculations of the formula. So let's give you an equation. Assuming that you have 250 contacts only on your phone, and the potential closing opportunity from your database will be A times 0.87, so that you actually have 21 opportunity closings from your contacts. And let's say, for example, that out of the 250 that you actually have,
Just pause 1 second, just so that I want to make sure everyone's following. So you're saying that out of the 250 people in your phone, 21 of them are potentially going to buy or
a
sell up.
property, yeah, potentially going to buy a property.
21 of those people are going to potentially buy. Wow, very interesting. That means
Potentially they're going to buy, but whether they're going to buy from you, whether they are ready to buy is a different things altogether. But potentially these are the people that is going to buy property.
wow, very exciting. That means that percentage of like the whole population of Malaysia is potentially going to buy. So if you, whatever group of people that you are in contact with, that percentage is potentially going to buy. So there's a lot of opportunity out there and in our phone.
Yes, there's a lot of opportunity, and often that we actually bringing our phone around, that we only look into all the applications that we have, but the most overlooked things is actually the number of contacts we actually have. And of course, you have to minus off the contacts of your relatives which you're not in the business with, and we are talking about the database that you actually have that potentially that they are in business with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Continue on. Sorry. Just wanted
Yeah,
to.
from the number of database that you actually have on your phone, that you also have approximately, let's talk about 10% of them, we're going to refer you businesses. Yeah, so that will be about 25 people that will refer you business.
I
Yeah,
see.
so of course, for people to refer you business, you have to ask for the referrals. If you don't ask for referrals, this 25 will never happen.
Right. Nice one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So then the total potentials people that potentially buy property from you is about 46 people. And the average commission, assuming that your average commission is only 10,000 ringgit, that you are actually sitting on the income opportunity about 460,000 right now.
Wow. But that's only from 250 contacts, which
Yeah, that's
everybody
only
has.
from 250 contacts. And all of us has more than that. Like every time we run the training programs, like people are saying that I have 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, and 7,000 contacts. Yeah.
That's a lot of potential income in there.
Yes, that's a lot of potential income. So I think that's important for us to really know that unless we know the power of a database and how important and how much money we are sitting on, we will not take actions.
Yeah. That's right. We have to have this. We have to believe it first in our brain and be convinced, right? Otherwise, nothing's gonna happen.
Yes, exactly. Nothing's gonna happen. Yeah.
Wow. Awesome. Okay, so this is how a database can be turned into a data bank, basically, right? Because of all this opportunity. Wow. Winnie, do you have anything to share about this? Do you have the same experience? Oh, I think you're still okay, yeah.
Yeah, so far no, so far I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
It's well explained.
Well explained. Yeah, good job, Nick. Well, good job. Okay. Do you
Yeah.
want to share? Yeah. Do you have more things to share, Nick, or I go on with the
Yeah,
question?
I can actually share a little bit more in terms of I think the next angle to look at it is actually the investment angle. Like all of us know that we all sell property, we all buy properties. Like we look at the investment angles, how much property value do you actually sitting on. So it's going to be the same for our database. It's going to be the same for our database as well. So it's important that we're able to do the maths. So if you are with me right now, so you can actually do this exercise together with me. Number one, in order to understand your investment, the current conversion rates and the future opportunity, these are the three exercises that you need to do. And this is in our database playbook. Number one, determine the value of your database from a cost perspective if you have to rebuild today. If you have to, now you have a zero right now, you don't have database at all. So like if you have to rebuild one today, how much would that actually cost you? That's one. Second is like to determine the current total database conversion rate, and to determine that your total database financial opportunity. So let's look at the first thing. How do we determine the value of a database from a cost perspective if we have to rebuild it today? Right. So this example, we actually analyze a database of 15,000 database contacts from an agent. And these agents, this CRM they actually have, they actually spend an ads of running about 6 years, and they closed about 221 units just last year with 120 millions in terms of value. So this is the example that we actually take. So assuming that you have 15,000 contacts in your database right now, that's and of course you exclude those that your farmings and data dumps, and only count on the real people. So they have 15,000 people, and they average about $26 per lead. So we have to put in our context, how much money do you actually put in RM in terms of every lead that you actually generate, and how much and how many years in this lead that will actually bring you an opportunity as long as you are in the business. So let's put an average of 3-year annual multiplier that you're able to see. If you have 15,000 contacts times $26, that would equal to 390,000 in terms of your database value. And you will times it for 3 years, that you are sitting on 1.17 million asset value that you actually have. So this is among the property that you actually own. So your phone, your contacts, your database is actually worth 1 million that you're sitting on right now. And what are you going to do with this? Are you going to grow the value? Are you going to monetize this value? And if you see this from the investments angle and perspective, you're able to see that, hey, I think we got to do something about it. We got to grow this value. We got to continue to invest more time and effort to increase this asset value at the same time.
Okay, wait. So you're saying that the cost of, so if a person had 15,000 contacts, right, of real people, And that cost in the cost to create that, the cost to get those 15,000 people would be like $1 million lah, based on these kind of like assumption, $26 per lead and all that. So meaning
Yes.
that then to realize how much the value of what you already have is, right? So you can put in your own numbers. If it's not 15,000, if it's maybe 1,000,
Yeah,
then
you put in your 1,000. Yeah.
yeah, you can divide, but you will still see it's definitely worth a lot of money. It's very interesting.
Yeah. So once you see that from that perspective and angle, that I think it's like the whole things will be very different. The way that you want to work on your database.
Wow. We got a comment. We got a comment of someone saying they're doing this, and somebody saying they're doing this and money flowing in like waves. Very exciting. We should have you, Francis. We should have you on the show lah to come and give testimony. We'll see.
Think it's very good because look at how Nick presented. I look at this actually the goal setting and the measurement that we must know. We must learn from there. And if we don't have that goal setting, we definitely stuck. So that's why it is a very good guideline, and it really helped. This is a very basic to know that what's your measurement and what your goal setting, and to utilize your database in making your business happening, you know. So I find that it's really good.
Right. So once you're convinced of the need for this, and then have a goal that you set and then move towards it so you can move forward.
Yeah. A lot of people have I think they are convinced, but they do not know how. How do I even do it, right? Like, yeah, I mean, like, we have a lot of trainings, whether it like we incorporate our database training in there, on and off, we have database bootcamp that we actually run. Bit is where we actually go in and really look into your database, hands-on, and actually teach you on a step-by-step, how do you actually sort your database, manage it, and put it into the system, and be able to filter and send any messages anytime that you actually want to nurture your database.
Right. Yeah, that's my next
Yeah.
question is how do we turn the database into a data bank? Like now we see the importance of it. We see, okay, so I have my 1,000 people. I'm ready to take action. What do I do? What do I do? How do I make this happen? Yeah, you have anything for sharing for this? What do we do, Nick?
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, Winnie can share her portion. Like, I think for me, the first thing first, like, there are actually three things. Number one, we got to make sure that all the 1,000 people that we put into our database have to be, they all ought to know that we are in the business. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Like, these, all the 1,000 people in your database that you have identified, these are the people that's in my database, because we have to exclude all those relative and all those like other numbers that is not relevant. Assuming you have 1,000.
Relatives, you don't like relatives,
No, I mean, like, we do have our uncle, aunties. If let's say they are your potential target market that you want to nurture them, then yes. But there are times that you might not want to nurture them, right?
Fair,
Like,
fair.
if you want to nurture, assuming that you have a business relationship with them and you think that these are the people, and I have my daughter's mobile numbers on my phone, I can't be including that as part of my 1,000. So the 1,000 had to be a group of people that you know that I want to do business with them. I think that is number one criteria. And once I identify these 1,000 people, I want to do business with them. The next question you ask yourself, have the 1,000 people know that you are actually in the business?
Right.
I think it's fair. And a lot of us, like, we think that we want to tell certain people, we don't want to tell certain people that what business we're in. Some people might not know that you are still in the business. Like, we could be in the real estate for 5 years. But the first, let's say that 5 years, you have not even talked to me before, you have not shown me before that you actually real estate agents. How would I know when I want to buy and sell a business that you would want to that I would want to do a business with you? So first thing first, make sure this all the people that in your database that you want to do business with know that you are in the business. I think that is the most important thing. Constantly let them know that you are in the business.
Nice.
And the second steps, once once they all know that you're in the business, I think the second is like they think about you. The second step is like they think about you every time when they want to transact a business, whether they want to buy, whether they want to sell, whether they want to invest, they think about it. How do we make sure that people think about us? So we have to constantly nurture them. So in our training, we talk about if this is a context, we need to have a 36 touch point. So how do you ensure that you have a 36 touch point a year to make sure that in all angles, whether through the message, through the email, through open house, through so invitations for events, right, through Zoom sessions or through social media, that you actually touch base with all of them, that they all know that you are actually in the business. And I constantly have you in my mind that every time when I want to refer someone to do business or when I want to buy and sell my property, that the first person I think of is you, right?
Right.
That's important. And the last thing is like you ought to ask for referral.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to ask like, hey, do you have someone that actually will be interested in the property that I'm actually marketing? Would you refer that one or two persons to me? So you have to constantly repeat this. Make sure the people in your database know you when they buy and transact property, they think of you. And the third thing, constantly ask for referrals. So if you can repeat this 3 step over again and again, that you start to see money flowing into your business, whether you're in the real estate or in any other business that you're in. And this is a universal concept that you can actually work on.
Okay. I heard. Winnie, you want to say something?
I just add on what Nick has shared lah, because I do experience as well. And when I look through my contact and I follow up, and I just share one of the my clients is actually my sphere of influence, and it had and then I didn't realize for the past I mean 5 years, right? I think almost every years I keep in touch with them, and I got referral, and also I started from one property to one another property, and they are actually consist of 4 to 5 siblings. So in the end, I got they have multiple properties, and I close, and because of what Nick said, if we continue and consistent, and uh, I mean, two words are consistency and commitment, and also other than that is the value and relationship. So because of previously they were doing with other agents, and then they find that because of my service, and they love my service, and they exclusively just giving to me, and every time when they have property for sale or for rent, they would just look for me. And I've been closing I've been looking after their properties for rentals for the past 3 years. And now recently, I think 2 weeks ago, they contacted me again. And then her husband wanted to sell the property and refer to me. So I asked for exclusive, and I able to get an exclusive as well.
Wow.
So this is of referral and networking, and your contact that you can just follow up from there. It's a value. It's actually it's still ongoing lah. And I've learned throughout my market I mean my tech training, I've heard a lot of agents that share their testimony. And also there's one agent was telling me what can help me, what are the things that can help me, what are the apps that can help me. So I said, oh, oops, okay, we are not waiting for the tech to help us lah. But then the most important part is I asked that agent question, what do you do with your contact? I said, oh, I have about 3,000 contacts in my phone now. But after I close it, I that's it, I put a full stop. So actually it's wrong. It's a wrong mindset. So then I explained to that agent, and then I totally tell him that, do you know that you have missed so many business opportunity to reach out to create the value, because that is your clients that you have contacted. So after went through all this process, then he understand. So I said, oh, okay, Winnie, now I know what to do already. So that's why sometimes I love all the C thing, consistency and commitment.
Right.
And also you need to convince, like how Nick said, convince So this is all this matter is actually it's go back to our own effort, whether we want to do it. It's just no matter, I mean, it's scary to look at 3,000, 8,000, but then you start small, then
Mm-mm.
you can give up.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing testimony. That's a great story to illustrate what Nick is talking about. I just want to recap. So the 3 steps, right, you mentioned, right, was with your database, make sure everybody knows you're in the business. That's step 1. Step 2 is to keep in communication with them so that you are the top of their mind whenever when that moment comes that they need to buy or sell or whatever, they will think that, oh yeah, Winnie's the one that's doing property, that she has a lot of things going on. I trust her, I like her, so I will contact her. And then number 3, I heard you mention, was ask for referrals. Is that right? That's the 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, I want to ask you guys, you recently had a database boot camp, right? You went to
Yep.
database
Yep.
boot camp. Yeah. How was that? What was your takeaway from that, and any testimony to share from that day? Maybe just a short little sharing about this.
Really want to go ahead and share like as you interactions with the participants.
I can say it's a wow to me because I still learn. I'm still learning,
Okay.
learning and learning. And I getting more and more like KW Activate. And it's actually they are more updated. I think I'm not saying more, they are updated versions that I really kind of like it so much, especially what Nick has shared about, you know, even you don't need to just go to your Excel and then you sort out the database like what I'm doing the training about sorting the database. And you know, that is the greatest fear of agents to spend time there and sit down in the computer and sort out. Of course, they say I cannot compare with Winnie because Winnie can sort out about 10,000 contact in 10,000 contact in half an hour. But then you don't need that anymore already. After when I attend this bootcamp, and I see that even from your phone, because we have KW app, KW app mobile, that from your phone, you sync it to your KW command from your phone, and that phone, it also sync it to KW Activate. So it saves all your time in sorting, in transferring your data from the Google Sheets. But
Wow.
now you can go through from your phone to command, and then you go to Excel, go to KW Activate. It
Wow.
was really awesome.
All awesome.
That's the yeah, and it's automatically tagged for you as well. When the moment when you sync from your mobile, then you of course you will do your segmentation and your categorization as well. So these are the part that it's really awesome. And second part is uh I have a conversation with some of the agents from outside agents, and some of them they attended the boot camp. I did ask their questions, what makes you come over to the boot camp? And they one of it share that uh actually I want to know how really this database can help me. And 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 I want to know that the systems that they really help me to really follow up. That's why the follow up is actually very important. And last but not least, there's the end part when they sharing the aha. There's one guy that really touch my heart, touch
Okay.
our heart also. He said, throughout the boot camp, he learns that it's not just about the system, it's not just about the technology, but it's all about the value, the culture, and the
Mm.
relationship. So it's like, wow. So what he's trying to understand about this boot camp, right? He see that database is actually bring value and relationship. So it is matter. It is really matter for them. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Yeah, I think a lot of us, I also forgot about this, that so I was excited about what you mentioned, how from the phone directly to KW Command app, directly to KW Activate, where we can send out all the messages blasting very easily on WhatsApp, right? That's very cool, very fast, very easy, easier than last time when we did database bootcamp.
Yeah, the last time we still need to the train you how to sort your database from your phone. I mean, like, imagine that you have different type of phones, like your Huawei phones and the Oppo phones.
It's a bit
Yeah,
annoying.
you have like different format in terms of your database. I think Even iPhone itself is very hard to actually transfer out and put it into your CRM. So I think the latest updates from KW Command, the mobile app itself, have actually tremendously changed the entire way of us running. Doesn't matter what phone that you're on, that as long as your contacts are actually on command, that you can easily transfer 100 contacts or even one or two contacts as and when you think that. So every day what you can do is like look at your phone book, and then and then you look at, let's say you start with A, and then you find this guy Abdullah. I think this is the guy that I want to do business with, and then you just click and transfer it to KW Command. So then you have the most updated database of people that you want to do business with in Command. So from there, and it's auto sync to our KW Activate system, the spreadsheet, where you can just automatically from there, with your right mobile number and first name formatting, then you can immediately do that, your segmentations and also WhatsApp automations from there. So it just saves you at least like a couple of hours of time sorting your database and doing this. And now it becomes just so simple, and it becomes the most favorite app to use on a day-to-day basis. Definitely, yeah. If you have not tried this, you ought to try this, and it's just so super cool. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. I love that. Wow. Okay, let's get more technical, practical on the database. I think people always want to know, how do we organize the database? What kind of tagging do we put? Segmentation? How do we organize the database? Maybe Winnie, do you have anything to share on this? Like how do you normally, since you've been having some success with this, I know you take good care of your database. Do you mind to share with us
Yeah.
how you do your tagging and all that?
Yeah. I'm going to show you my KW command.
Okay.
So, because in everybody can see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the screens, right? So if you look at here, in command, we have all kind of applets and features that we have. So, of course, like what at the beginning when we mentioned, if you have no contact, you won't able to start. So, first thing first, of course, I will upload my contacts, of course, from mobile to upload to contact. So if you look at here, to me, KW command is actually a digital diary for me. So I can create tasks as well. So if you look at here, I have a listing appointment. So I'll just open here. So I have a listing appointment. Of course, I will review all these things, but it's okay. So I have an appointment of this Wednesday, and that's where I'm sharing to you that last 2 weeks. So I'm after Raya, they say they want me to go and view the property. So I managed to get the listing. So my appointment is actually on 17th. So I put it also in my task. I can create tasks. I can create I'll just hold on now.
Yeah, escape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops, I shouldn't click complete task. Okay, never mind. I can just click. So there's another thing. What I want to show, I can also do a birthday reminder that some people is coming soon in May and June, birthday reminder. And also in my contact also, I categorize it as well. And they are my owner from Pacific Star Petahi Jaya. So this is one of my deals that I closed with, and I've signed the agreement on 1st December 2022, 2 years, and tenancy agreement expired on 30th November. So last time, my owner is the one who called me, hey, the contract is already expired, but somehow I've forgotten about it. So then the owner is reminding me. So I can set this task in my contact that where uh, I can put a reminder that due in September. The agreement is actually due in November. So 2 months before, I will just call them whether they want to renew the agreements or not. So this is one part of the task that what we can do in our contact. And also in terms of syncing to KW syncing to KW command to KW activate. If you look at here, whatever that I have uploaded from here, then I can see it in a KW contact that whatever that is captured, it's actually captured here in KW activate. From command, if you sync it over, it looks like this. So, and it's automatically tag it for us as well. The moment when we take it from command, we categorize it from command, then it will also allow us, it will also go into the tagging in this Excel. So, what we need is, we just need to just check it out on all our information, whether it's all correct before we really run a campaign. So if I look at the campaign that I've run, one of it, yeah, okay, I run a campaign. So this is where I can have my own templates. So I prepare some templates, and this is how they automate and help me to blast it out, because I have a potential tenant, is a genuine tenants that we want to share to our owners that hey, we have tenants that are looking for these properties in in that condos as well. So these are the part that we can do. Actually, a lot of things we can do from our command. Yeah.
Yeah, I
To
think
me,
a lot of this can be also now done on the mobile app. Yeah.
yeah, I can create tasks on mobile app instead of, when you're using this, write it down your notebook and write down everything, your follow up. So it's very good that you can just put your diary in command, put your task in command, so that you commit yourself, and you committed yourself, and also you consistently put a task in it every week. You can just sit down on Monday. What are the tasks of this week that you wanted to do? After you have uploaded your contact. So you can upload 10 contact or 50 contact, then you can create a task so that you can follow up, and you can schedule yourself, so that you time block yourself. You can do all the works that you wanted to follow up with your contact. So
Right.
there's a lot of things that you can do. They will remind you the list that never contacted. You have 7. Then after that, you have birthday reminder. So you have a lot of things that you can be done in this in this technology platform, KW Command. Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of other things. Even you have campaign, you have opportunities, you have smart plan, which is long term. So there's a lot of, but I'm not going to show you guys, because a lot of things you learn, you are overwhelmed. Just come to our tech
Yeah.
series, then I will guide you all through on this lah. There's a lot of things that you can be done. But most of all, the basic one that are very important, that kickstart your business. I believe task is actually very, very important.
Okay.
Task.
So once you get all your
Contact
in there, right, and then you organize them and you put your tagging. Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
how so sorry. The tagging is where you can filter out after you have tagged it from your mobile. If let's say you tag 50 contact, you can just tag it as well. So what you need to do, you just go to the filter, you go to the tag, and then if let's say I'll just go to my clients, I just select only that particular, then you can see all the tagging that you tag it properly as well. Yeah.
okay.
So and it's not just only work for subsell, but project. You also for project also, you can do a lot of things as well. Project, as far as I believe that a lot of agents that who do project, they reach out, they run the FB campaign, and they got all the leads, and all the leads that they accumulated for many years. Sometimes you also can reach out to them and build relationship with them again,
Mm.
as well also. So just to build the value.
That's great. Thank you. So what do you actually do with your database? Like obviously you mentioned like communicating regularly, right? You have to have a system. So what system do you have in place to do that? Like what type of messages? I mean, you showed about KW Activate is one of the things you're using, right? To send message. Yeah. So how often do you message people? What kind of messages do you send? All that kind of thing.
I can just schedule, and I can just schedule, and I'll just actually the scripts and content is very important. You must know what are the message that you want to send it over to them. You want to blast it out. Like it's based on my day-to-day business. If so happen that I have a I have my own clients that is looking for such properties, so I can just reach out to a group of I mean of course it will help me in terms of market analysis, and also to look for my own database that who I can reach out. I can just pick up from all the contacts that I have, then I can just blast to them in one shot, and it saves a lot of my time. It doesn't need me to be every day sitting down and to look through my contact as well, as long as I categorize it and segmentize it. Yeah,
Okay, cool. Nick, do you want
it's
to
a time saving lah, in a way lah. Yeah.
right on by using the activate and all that, right? Nick, do you have anything to add about this on how to the system to regularly communicate?
Yeah, I think that we have shared that that's the system to use. I think at the end of the day, it's still very important uh to understand the relationship that you have with your database. Once you understand the relationship, you know what is the cadence that you want to send those messages. Are you going to send on a week-to-week basis? Are you going to send it every 2 weeks? Are you going to send every month? Are you going to send every quarter? Because they are contacts that you don't send that frequent. They are contacts you only nurture. The best time to nurture a database is always during festive season. There's no better time to actually do that, because the more that in Malaysia, we have a lot of opportunity for you to send greetings, right? School holidays, you can also send school holidays messages. You know that these are like, where do you go for holidays, right? So like that, there is so many opportunity for us to or that, if you are farming in one area, you can always share the latest shop opening or the latest discount code that you have. So the more that you actually go on informal way, and the more that you give, discount code, the more that you give the latest update of the latest developments of the housing area, the more that you greet them on their birthday, you greet them on the festive seasons and all. You just have to focus on giving, over giving, and over give, right? Then there will be a time when they start to ask you. That is where that's where your business will start to come in.
Right.
Stop sending messages like, I have this property, do you want to buy? I have would you want to come for a viewing house and all, until you have built that relationship, especially for sphere of influence. This is different from the leads that you actually get from the Facebooks and all. And you don't want to simply send messages to the Tan Sri and the Datuk that you actually have in your database, and you keep bombarding them with all these messages. It will never help, right? Just hold on, just giving value over value over value. There will be definitely a day they will start to ask you, right? And you ask after you give 10 times, you ask one time.
Right. I like this. I like what you're saying. So it's showing that that's why we need to tag, right? Because we don't want to just send the same message to the entire database all the time. We don't want to just send, okay, I have this one property in whatever, in Bangsar, send to 1,000 people or 10,000 people. You want to, like you're saying, only those ones that would be interested in this type of message, you send to them. People that are interested in this festive season, you send to them. Like whatever it is, people with kids, you send to them about the school holidays, whatever, right?
Yeah, this will differentiate between a beginner, right? I mean, all of us look into our database, right? You can play at the very beginner level, or are you playing at a mature level, or are you playing at the professional league? So which league are you actually playing is very important. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I like that, beginner, mature, or professional. So how it will depend on your tagging, depend on your system to keep track of how often you've been contacting people and when is the next time to send a message. All that will be the more professional one, I guess, right?
And always use multi-channels. Multi-channel as is like, yes, you focus on social medias and WhatsApp, and then emailing, like flyers, like you have different channels to make sure that they don't just see you in one consistent channel. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, so obviously this is going to take time to I still think you guys mentioned how it's easier now, people can save time and all that, but I think people will still say, "Aya, very mafan, I don't want to do this. It's like so tiring. I rather just get new leads and just follow up one by one and don't do all this. It's just too much work, too tiring." So what would you say to them?
Like for me, I will tell them that start small, right? Always start small. So if you can, what you need to do is just like start from it's still the same formula. Number one, right? Choose a source that you want to prioritize. To me, I would encourage you to choose WhatsApp because that would be the closest communication that you have. Your WhatsApp business or your clients are actually there, right? Sort it out from there, like first conversations, put them into the database, archive it. The second conversations, put the first name, the last name, the conversation that you have, tag them, then you archive it. And then the third name, the third conversation, do it every single conversation. If you can only do 10 conversations a day, by all means, just do 10 conversations. And then the next day, time block and do it again and again and again until that your entire inbox of your WhatsApp fully archived, right? Once you're fully archived, you probably go to like a couple of thousands of conversations that you actually have. You don't have to look into your phone book, don't have to look into any other sources, but just constantly looking into your WhatsApp conversation that you actually have. Your WhatsApp business should be only your business contacts, right? Should be only the people that you want to be in business with. So do that. Now, once you have constantly just focus on this, and then you'll be surprised that, hey, I now have a couple of hundreds of people that I want to do business with, and they are in my database. And then you start from there. Don't overwhelm yourself that try to sort 10,000, 5,000. No, start with 10. That 10 is doable. 10 a day, that's all. But you'll be surprised, right? If you work 20 days a month, that 10 a day, you'll become 200. You only take 3 months, that becomes 600. In less than a year, you have 2,000 sorted out. And this 2,000 is where your real money gonna come from. Yeah.
It's people you literally have WhatsApp with.
It's just WhatsApp. The people who constantly WhatsApp use and just start from there. Yeah.
I
Don't
love
have
this
to
idea.
that
This
one.
is This is a great, I love this. It's so practical. We all have our WhatsApp chat. I like this idea of archiving them so you know who you've already done, right? I mean, for those people that you
Yeah.
don't contact often, I think that's a genius idea. I like this.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Winnie, do you have anything to add on like how to grow your database? Yeah, anything that you want to add on this topic before? Because I know we're running out of time soon, so I want to go to announcements soon, but just want to get a bit more out. Any other things to add on?
I just continue with what Nick said. I agree with him. Start small. If it definitely will come up with a big impact lah. And time blocking is very important. Every day we have 24 hours. You can just sit down and then just choose 10 call or 10 contacts that you upload in KW command. And in just 1 hour, you call this 10 person and then you just jot down, you just put your task.
Right.
And you even from the mobile, you can just click to WhatsApp immediately as well. So after when you WhatsApp and then you go back to the activity that what you have done, it will go back to the command. From mobile only, you don't need to go to your laptop, to those that don't like to use laptop. So even you can just update from your handphone. So
I forgot to
it's
ask.
actually,
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Go on. Oh,
yeah, you
yeah, I was gonna ask you if you have any testimony to share. I know you shared one earlier. Do you have another testimony to share? Or that was the main one?
Yeah, that's the main one lah. But the one that you have to put is actually the same thing that how you do, because I'm showing in the laptop. But if in mobile, come to my tag lah, then I can teach you lah. So
Really like to.
of course, definitely the touch point and the scripts is very important. And of course, you need to know, I mean, you need to define your goals and choose a platform that you really think that you have that strength to do so. And also start with existing contacts. That's the very, very basic. And then organize your data. And that's how you need to stay consistent. and never give up. Just consistent. Just commit with yourself 1 hour to contact 10 people every day. You didn't realize that every day, you definitely in a week, you have a few appointments as well. Yeah. And by the way, this Thursday, it so happened that I'm going to have a database series one. So whoever really want to start up with your own contacts, then I can walk you through on that.
Wow, awesome. Perfect timing.
It's really hands-on. Yeah.
Okay, so this Thursday in the HQ, you can see in person, right? In person, you can come and see Winnie
Yeah.
and work on your database. So anyone who's feeling inspired, they want to get started, or you want to go from beginner to mature level or mature to professional level, come and come for the session lah. Very nice. Okay, we are going to go for some announcements now. And then when we come back, we'll just hear last words from Nick and Winnie if you guys can prepare something. Okay, great. All right, what do we have here? Yay, okay, terima kasih. This is nice. So recently we had a buka puasa that we hosted to try and raise money. And so far we have collected 2,808 ringgit, and that was contributed to like a donation to the UN Crisis Relief Fund. So yeah, thanks to all who donated, and I'm glad we could do something positive. And please feel free to even if you didn't come for the puasa, you can still make a donation. And we're just trying to, as a group, to support those that are suffering right now, as we know that. Okay, next one. So this is the CPD course that's coming up in this month on 24th of April for those who need to take. So here, there's a special price for all the KW Malaysia agents. So RM318, that's only for us lah, for anyone inside KW. Those outside have to pay higher price. But we like to just let you know that if you come for us, you can get a cheaper price. Since we all friends lah. Yeah, but it's a really good session. Business planning clinic where you get to go through the 4 models in KW to build your economic plan, your business plan, to do your lead generation plan, and do your budgeting plan, and also your organizational plan for the long term. So feel free to sign up for this. All right, next one. Agent financials. Okay, this is this week, guys. This is this week. So this one, we have a very cheap price for those outside of KW, 99 ringgit, even though it's definitely worth more. But it's free of charge for anyone in KW Malaysia. So this is Lynn and myself will be helping you guys to set up your financial planning and budgeting for your business, and figure out your tax strategies, and figure out how you're going to do your business entity selection and how you're going to manage all of that. So Lynn is quite knowledgeable about a lot of these things. So she's going to be sharing. This is actually a training that comes out of KW in the US, but we have localized it to Malaysia, and it'll be very valuable. I think a lot of people have already signed up, actually. We might have to cap it lah. I don't know if we can fit everybody in the room. So if you would like to, please register. Quickly, you better register today lah, because we're going to be printing manuals today. So please register ASAP. All right, so that's all our announcements for today. So Winnie, can I hear, what would you like to share for those on the call? Some last words of encouragement or inspiration?
Yeah, I will give 2E. I always give C's a lot. So today I'm going to give 2E. So never too late to educate yourself. Educate yourself. And of course, your effort is matter. Your effort. So the 2E's. Yeah.
Educate and effort. All right, nice one. Thank you. Nick, how about you?
Right. What I want to share is like my last slides over here. How many of us know that how many homes does it takes to find the one homes that the people are actually looking for? And there's a reason why it's so important for us to continue to nurture, continue to follow up, because the fortune is in the follow-up. So it's so important that we learn and master the way of following up. And the first thing to follow up is to make sure that you have a good database, a sorted up and organized database with you. And an average home buyers will visit 10 homes over 10 weeks before they find the one. And in reality, we search for about 3 years to
Wow.
get a home. And after 63 houses, we bought a home that wasn't for sale. So if you look at it all, right, we all know that it's not that you go and show a house and then someone will just buy from you. If you so happen to have someone who buy the house there and then from you, chances are very high they have been looking for houses for the past 10 weeks or 3 years or even the past 63 houses. So always important, follow up, and have the right system with you. Yeah.
Awesome. That's a great inspiration for everybody. Okay, guys, it's a Monday. It's time to take action. Let's do something exciting this week. Come for the training with Winnie. Come for the training with Lynn and myself on Agent Financials. So just do 10 people today. Put them into your app. Put them into your Activate. Send some messages. Yeah, but take some action today. Do something. All right. So with that, just want to thank you, Nick, and thank you, Winnie, for your time today and all of your sharing. And thank you to everyone on the call for participating and listening. We want to see you guys achieve your potential. We want to see you guys rise up and be happy. All right. With that, so I want to wish you all continued Selamat Hari Raya and see you all next week on Winning Mondays. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.